Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on Comet again. Super excited. Yesterday I had a few layout issues and most of those have been fixed now, which is really exciting. So I'll be able to just continue on where we left off. It's going to be a short stream, probably only a stream for about an hour today, but I wanted to continue working on some of this and really get through some of it. All right, let's jump in and just get right to it, unless anyone has any questions. All right. So yesterday, screen's looking good, perfect. I might make that a tad bit smaller. That's hopefully still readable. But yesterday, I was working on a result view, and I wanted a simple way to be like, hey, go display this thing. Um, and once you're done, give me back the result. And so I wrote up this little pseudocode here, and I think we're going to make it work today. Let's make it actually do something. So this will say, hey, we've got a new result view, and I even went into the iOS app and replaced Tasky. So right now, not Comet iOS, Tasky iOS, inside the app delegate, I just commented out, and so we're saying it's a new result view, which is perfect. So new result view. And actually, let me make sure my preview is low quality because I don't care. That'll help with some bandwidth. All right, so we're just gonna play with this and let's do the result view. Right now, the pseudocode, it will kind of work, but it won't work because, well, all we did was we said, hey, create a new result view, and it's going to spit out this nested view. Now the nested view, we have these extension methods we added, set result and set result canceled. And if we go into them, there's nothing there. So it's not going to do anything, but we'll need to make that work. All right, let me add one more of these, and we will do exception. Exception, because I want an exception too. Thought I did that, but I guess I didn't. All right, exception EX, because what else do you name an exception? All right, that looks great. Actually, why don't I have music? Much better. All right, now we're going to have to start coding to make this thing work. Let me shrink this thing in a little bit. We're going to hide this so I get more real estate, and let's bring this simulator up and actually onto screen so you can see it. Let's run it, make sure it's actually going to display that view we're looking for. So it should just basically be a vertical stack with text, toggle, button, button. And I do think I may have broken hot reload with using these content views, which I have not fixed yet. We'll test that really quick. Yeah, it hot reloads but doesn't reload that, which is lame. I'm going to rework the way content view works. So content view is nothing more than just a normal view, but that's going to take time. So we're not doing that today. All right, let's work on this though. So set result. What we're going to need to do is find parent of type. And I don't think I've given us something like that yet. And I think I'll throw that into internals just because, I don't know. I think that's a good place for it. All right, so we'll do public static t, and we'll say find parent of type. And we'll let you pass in the t, this, window switching, view, view, and that should be good. All right, let's make this puppy work. Everything has a parent, luckily. So we'll just say if view is type of is t return t. Done. Now that way we'll just do a quick check on itself, and then we'll say if parent, or sorry, if view dot parent. Actually, I wonder if we should do a check on itself. Because then this will be as easy as return null. No, it'd be default. Trying to think this through. So all we have to do is jump through its parents. So let's just try this. If, no, then we'll just say, sorry, we'll just say if u equals null, return null. Now what we can do, or no, return default. And we'll say where, oops, sorry, where t view. That'll make that better. And we can just now use null without it complaining. And then we'll just say here is going to be return or view dot parent find type of t. That should do it. Should do it. Let's see if this works now. And this has using the internals, right? Using Comet dot internal. Like I said, I throw those in a public namespace so anybody else you can use the internal stuff. But if you do, I can change it. All right. So now var result view equals view dot find parent of type result view of t. Now I can say result view dot set. Now there was inside our result view we added set result. And it's this one and value. Perfect. Ooh. I wonder if I'm going to need a type for this. For now we will. Maybe we'll clean that syntax up. Set result cancel. No. Again, what I call that? Cancel. And then again with this result view had set exception. And I'm probably going to have to put a T here too. Because there technically could be more of the result types up. All right. Let's see if this works. That should. I don't like that. But that should work. What's it complaining about? This dot set canceled. Interesting. What's it complaining about? This dot set result canceled of type. That should be fine. All right. Right. That one's fine. Let's just run with the one we have. See if we can get this to go. All right. So now this will wait. Now I have set result. Result views null. No. All right. I was worried about this. We might have to check the built view too. is t. That one might do it. Let's put some breakpoints in here. Okay, we don't need that one. We don't need that one. Did that even try? Do this again. All right. Set result. View is nested view. And its parent is a result type of Boolean. Oh, oh, oh. It's not if it's a T. No, that's right. Let's see what T is again. That should be a result type of Boolean. Move that breakpoint just so we get in here quicker. All right, type T is result view. Oh, it's a state Boolean? I don't like that. We can clean that up. Makes sense. So it is a, no, it's a result view of type Boolean. Oh, result dot value. We might have to put something in there to check for if it's a state. Don't do that. Let's see if this works, and if it does, that was it. That was it. All right, we can fix that. Make that extension smarter. Okay, this is gonna be a tricky one to make smarter. I wonder how I can change that. Whoa, a bunch of people just joined. All right, let's leave it as it is for now, and let's put an issue for when I add this to fix that, because I gotta think that through. It's gonna be some reflection. Okay, result. It's funny to add an issue for something that I haven't even pushed up yet. Default to set result and state. All right. You use view.set result. State bool auto cast t down to bool instead of state. Actually, I got an idea. This might be super easy. Super, super easy. I think that's all we need to do. Now it'll be smart enough since we passed a state t in. Typed languages are nice sometimes. Result view. All right, so let's jump back to this inside that test result view, and I think this will work. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice clean way of doing it. No reflection needed. Compile time. What is T? T is result boolean. And that worked. That was clean. Whew. Almost made an issue for nothing. Close that. We don't need that. And now we have the result. I like this API. I like this a lot. All right, let's try this out now then. Let's go back to our old one. Close Comet, close that. Go to app delegate. Let's ditch this and say new main page. See what this thing looks like. Hey, Alexi, how's it going? All right, now where are we at on our main page? Let's go to the main page. Windows, close all. All right, so now what we're going to do is add item. There's a new result view of a to-do and it awaits. Right. If result not equal to null, we'll say items.add add result. All right, let's try that. Working on Comet, and I added a new view type, a result view. So that way I can say something like this. I can say, hey, on the add, let's do a modal view, and we'll see if this works, of a result view, right? And then the result view should work. Let's just try it. All right, so it gives us this, and I say, hello, or my new task. Now, when I click add, it's going to set the result. Oh, and I should probably make it dismiss. All right, I think it worked, but it didn't dismiss. I wonder if setting the result should auto dismiss. Should. We'll get there. Let's go to this thing. And instead of just, we actually don't need this is adding value stuff anymore. Actually, is this the right one? Oh no, that's using the old one. Go to here. And then we will say, for now, we'll just say modal view dot pop or dismiss. All right, run it again. Then that should dismiss that thing. And we probably can even shove this thing inside of a navigation as well. So that way it looks nice and pretty and has a title bar. Add. All right. Sorry, we already had one comment with that. My new task. Add. It's gonna set the result. All right. It did set the oh no, it added it. Check it out. I like it. All right, that's really exciting. Tasky's actually coming together now. We have a real sample. It's looking good. All right, and I need to make enter do something, but let's hit cancel this time. Nothing happened. Perfect. And I need to autofocus that. Add. I really, really like that. What's your guys' thoughts on that API? Just wrap it in a new result view, and then you can await the result when you present it however you want. In this case, I'm doing a modal. I like it. I could add a nice extension method in here for dismissing. where it would auto find if it's in a modal, dismiss it. Else, if it's inside of a navigation, it would dismiss it. Actually, that could be tricky because I want to wrap this in a navigation too. All right, that's working good though. All right, what else should we do on Tasky? What does Tasky normally do? Is this the one I'm looking for? Tasky Pro. Oh, we have Tasky and Tasky Pro. What's the difference? Oh, they didn't add a task button. I don't know if add a task works. Okay, let's go. And like I said, I might have reload broken on this because of content view. All right, so right here, we have this. If it's adding that, do this. I wonder if new to-do view. No, here. I wonder, just see if this, I didn't think those work yet. These do fill vertical. Yeah, list views can't be thrown in a stack view yet. I think I have an issue filed for that. GitHub, still the hot first link. List views have an issue with virtual. Nope, that's fine. I fixed all that. Aha, here we go. Let's assign that to John. Although I'm planning on this week taking over a lot of the layout stuff so that way I can not block on him. But it's okay, we can't do that. I was thinking I'd do that same exact UI where we put a button, an add button, since technically it's a hack right now to add the plus button. I need to fix that. Okay. Oh, we should do an edit screen. When you tap on one, let's go into an edit screen so you can add extra stuff. Wait, why is that? Oh, I didn't delete the VStack. Thought I did. All right. Oh, I love hot reload. Love it. All right. So we'll make it to where on tap, navigate on selected. I like this API a lot. We'll do I have a details page ready? New to-do results view. We do. New to-do details view. And this time we'll do set environment. What's in this thing? All right, nothing yet. So we'll do set environment, item, and let's call this item. That's a better name. All right, so explaining a little bit on Comet, what I've done now is oops, I need one more parenthesis. I've now told it when we tap on this, navigate to this new view, and then pass this thing in as like a key value variable. Now in our to-do view, read only to-do item, and we can now say from the environment, body equals dun, 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 new v stack. And let's just go simple. Actually, let's navigate in so we can see it working. We'll say new text, and the text is item dot name. Ah, what'd I do wrong? How is... Oh, did item not get render view? Okay. Environment should have worked. Maybe it doesn't work while reloading since I wrote that code fresh. That's working. All right, I have a bug with environment and hot reloading. Let's add a Comet issues. Okay. Maybe we'll fix this because I think I know exactly what this error is. This has to do with transferring the state. Um, yeah. Um, so field populated from environment do not work when added after hot reload. All right, so let's add an issue there so that way I know to fix that thing. And we'll assign it to me. Me. There we go. All right, it's now assigned to me. Get back to that. I don't know if we're going to fix it today. Maybe we will. All right, now it's working, right? We're back editing, and this should be a text field. All right, environment. We might be fixing this because it does not work at all. All right. Let's fix this puppy because I don't like it crashing on me. Disregard that. All right. So what happens is you guys get to look more into the deep internals of how this thing works. We go to view. Actually, it's not in view. It's in something else. Oh no, here it is, right here. All right. So it says, hey, we found something. We found it. And then it says get environment. This is not working right. So when it is replaced, I bet it has to do with views being replaced. Oh, right. All right. Placed. All right. Get this, right? Right. Nope, nope, nope. When we replace equals this, we're going to set its parent to itself, and then its parent is part of the tree. I bet that's the issue. We'll find out quickly. It's going to crash and go boom if not. All right. So now let's go into the details and say text field. All right. Well, let's debug this thing. View. Actually, let's look at this. I think right now it's set not to cascade. Main page, that's what I was looking at. Cascades is false. Cascades needs to be true by default. And I hope I don't break anything. That was the problem, because if it doesn't cascade, its children's not allowed to have access to it. And certain things like color, background color shouldn't. But I think I explicitly tell color not to. Maybe doing that, or background color. Yeah, background color does. Things like that. And I need to do an entire API audit and make sure everything has the option for you to tell things to cascade, and then they'll set their defaults accordingly. But blanket setting environment, it should cascade. That'll fix it. Because then we replace it, And the replaced view does not get access to anything from its parent that wasn't cascaded down. Maybe I need to do an exception to where if it's a replaced view, it has access. I don't know. Let's see what this fixes it. All right, where were we? Details, text field, comma, new. Uh-oh, no breakpoint. And that should not have reload. Come on. Only problem with hot reload and breakpoints. It's like, hey, I'm reloading, and you're still typing. Yeah, of course there's build errors. I wasn't done typing. But that enter still was valid code, and so off it went. I'm probably going to put a setting to where it only reloads when you click save. I won't use that because I like it just hot reloading as I code. But I know some people will. Didn't finish! That didn't work. All right. All right. Which view is, where are we in this stack? What is this? This is the new to-do thingy, mabobber. And it and its parent is to-do view. Actually, we should be able to handle this. This one has an item. When we transfer state, maybe I'm fixing this in the wrong place. Let's environment where I'm still going to leave that to true. I still think that should be its parent. Maybe it shouldn't be its parent. Placed view. Either way, let's in view, let's discard that change. Let's go into our hot reload helper. So whenever we hot reload a view, we pass new data over. And you guys get to learn all about how C# hot reload works. So we register a new view, right? And we do it off this type goes to this type, does that. Now, when we check for a replaced view, it says, hey, we've got a new view, yay! Creates a new one. Then it transfers state. I think right here, we need to also grab anything from the environment and pass it along. And probably we need to do it to any of those read-only fields. Although transferring the state, I thought did that. Let's see what happens in that state. Is that not part of the state? Because I only change things that changed. That way, if you are in code setting properties and nothing actually changed, I don't redo them. But anything from the environment needs to transfer here. That is 100% correct. Nothing's changed, which makes sense. We also need to, let's now just do I keep track of everything that came from the environment. The question is, what if... Well, actually, I want to know why this isn't working, because this should work anyway. Because what if you add a new environment field that didn't exist? Okay, let's get debugging. Let's throw this in here. And I want to know why this isn't working. It's killing me. All right. Tap on this. First, it's going to say the key, and you can specify in the attribute. I just make them match the names, so if you know what the name is for the key, you can do that. In this case, it's the value. Wait, what? Why does this get called twice? Reset view does it, okay? So it's definitely still null. Wait a minute, check the replaced view. I've already got stuff in here for replaced view. How did it get that value? Wait, what? My mind is blown. What did I do? Oh, do I look for this elsewhere? Let's find every place this is used. Sorry, I should not do that into my mic. That's annoying. If value equals null, come check again. It's not null. We saw it wasn't null because we're using that value. Oop, not add. Cancel. All right. All right, so there is a this.debug environment. Come on. This exists on everything. It's an extension method. Can you not call extension methods out? All right, for now, we'll just throw this in here. Var environment equals this dot. Let me, come on. That way we can just, this will spit out a dictionary of the environment at this level. What's your environment? And it just tells you everything. And it's under debug thing just because I don't want you doing that all the time because it could be expensive. Be a very expensive call. So label it debug, just saying, hey, don't do this. That should not be empty though. Unknown member local context. That is not, that does exist. I promise. To-do list view. All right, let's go into the contextual object. Non-public members, local environment. Eh? It's showing that there's something in here. And it has a property. ID is that, oh, that's not, okay, that's not what I'm looking for then. Let's go to main, set environment. Sometimes I swear the debugger lies. Like, how does it ever get to this point? All right, that's title being set. We're gonna see a few of these go by. It's nothing yet. All right, I'm going to remove these for now. And now let's add them back. Oh, hey, this is being created before the environment's set. Okay, I can probably do... I still have no idea where that's coming from then. But I can change the lookup, because technically that could use the wrong one. But I'm still flabbergasted where that value is coming from then. Because this probably should not happen during the constructor. I'm realizing that's the wrong time. But it just isn't like making sense. Oh, I understand. This thing doesn't work like it should. What happens is when I set that value later, so it says, hey, I can't find something. When that value is set later, it doesn't have to do a lookup. Environment variables automatically update everything. So when I set that environment variable later, it's going to reset that value. So that value gets set before. The problem is when we go to this, context property changes, right? This thing fires out. Should it cascade or not? Find references. All right. View property changed is not cascading down. Oh, all right. So if it's reset, it's reset. Else, replaced view question mark dot view property changed. That's the problem, is we're not cascading that to replaced views. This would not be a bug in a reproduction app, but it is a bug in debugging because replaced views only exist in debug mode. They don't even exist elsewhere. It's how do you replace the view? Oh. Remove these. That was a tricky one. All right. Should work now. Doing something now, guys. And how is that null? Was it a different error? Well, it's the same error, but it happened differently. Because we saw that thing get populated that time. And it should already exist in its parents that time. So let's combine that with our So replaced view dot parent. That's what I'm really looking for, is everywhere we set its parent. The parent replaced view. All right, let's see if that fixes it now. Combination of the two. Man, this stuff gets tricky. Writing an entirely new toolkit from scratch, especially with a brand new paradigm. Not easy. It's not easy. And hot reload just throws a whole new wrench in the thing. Please no. Ugh! Curse you! All right. Let's find a this to a this. All right. Why in the world? Non-public item is null. So let's go back into view. Because it should have at least got it from the environment that time. And then we set the environment on it. Let's also do. Oh wait, look. It was passing it on. We'll put a breakpoint there after we get launched. I wonder if that order matters. No, but I added one that already did it, so that would have been fine. I moved it up sooner. All right, so let's go into it. Fires, yay. Okay, let's reload. It crashes, replaced view. What property? Why can't I debug? Properties title. Okay, so that's not the one we're looking for. Properties navigation button. Still not what we're looking for. More navigation. Frame constraints. We're gonna be here a while. Might need to put a. And we're getting two of them because it's on each of the view. The view, then it's replaced view. I can't hit enter. All right, let's close some stuff. Let's close the solution, reopen it. Best course of action when the IDE is fighting you. Probably should have just done a full reboot of the IDE. It's alright, we'll try this. We're getting towards the end of the time I had to stream. Fixed some bugs and found another one. Environment's totally broken during hot reload. This one's so fixable though. Oh, I have key. No, I don't have. Yeah, I do have keycaster on. It's just in the wrong place. Move that up. All right, let's try that again. This time with a breakpoint there so we can find where this thing's at. All right, because yes, when we call set environment, it's going to tell the view to update itself. And then that view does tell its child replaced view to update itself. And calling that updating calls a set property. This set property will set that value, or should, even though it's read-only, it still would do it because we're using reflection. We're cheating. All right. Oh, I opened up the wrong library. Tasky. All right. Has anyone in here tried Comet yet? I know Luce was trying the other day. Just curious how excited people are from the community if you've actually tried it. I know it's a little rough right now. You can see what I'm going through. And the nougats are out of date because I'm still trying to fix things before I push them up. Yeah, I might do the function breakpoint. I'm just too lazy to write those most of the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. The problem with the function ones is you don't always get all the autocomplete stuff, and I just like to make sure it compiles. So that's the reason I write these janky things and then delete them. But I could write this, then copy and paste it in if I'm really paranoid about my typing skills. All right. Tasky. Throw that in there. That never fired. All right. So we call reset view. Oh. I just realized what it is, guys. Its environment is being set at the wrong time. As I already mentioned, that's the weird place to set it there, right? Set environment fields is being set at view constructor. We haven't assigned its parent yet, so it can't even use its parent to look these things up. So, where do we look this up? I'm guessing we do it right before we build. Reset view is going to go get new ones, but we're not going to call reset view on that. Actually, I wonder if that's fine where it's at. And then when we replace dot set environment fields. That will fix it, I think. We'll find out quickly. Ignore that. We don't even need that breakpoint. Yes, and I think it's a tad bit slower doing it this way, but as I said, replaced views only exist in debug mode. I'm liking it. All right, so what all did we change? One was changing the parent, and I still think that's right. It's going to mess up the parent tree if you're truly debugging it. I want debugging tools to show you that. Take enough now. All right, I just fixed a big bug anyway, so it's about right. Okay. All right, we changed the cascades to true. We still need to do a full audit of all that, but let's see. That's looking really good though. Now I don't have a save or cancel. That will even, is this an edit? Tasky finish, or finish tasky. Let's put an exclamation point or two in there. Now when I press back, it auto edits because we're doing everything by reference. And just doing this data binding like this auto fixes it, even as we navigate around, which is pretty cool, I think. Now, we're not doing anything to where we commit or revert changes. We might want to do something to implement that. Wait, that did I not hit enter? It worked the first time. That's interesting. Huh. That's really interesting. That's some stuff to look at. Let me just do that. Does it just work the first time? Or did it not reload that because it was off screen? Now I need to debug this thing. Very interesting. Let's do something else. It's alright. I have to end anyway. But we've gotten farther. Whoa, 17 people in here. Where'd everyone just come from? You all came right at the end. I can probably go for a tad bit longer. I'm wondering what's going on here. All right, so let me think this through a tad bit to figure out what's going on here. I wonder if it's just a stale thing. So let's start out to test that, to find out if that's just stale stuff, and it didn't update the binding because we're off screen. We can go into our main thing. And we'll say public main page. Enumerable dot range 0 comma 100, and we'll say dot for to list dot for each, and we'll say for each items dot add or dot value dot add new to do item name equals x dot toString. So now we've got like 100 of them. So we can scroll so it'll recycle views. Oh, semicolon, useful stuff there. This should give us an idea what's going on. All right, so now if I tap into this, that's what it was, because now it updated when I scrolled away. That's most curious. I wonder why data binding didn't do it. Because let's go into, we can hunt this down. We can do it. Controls, text. So binding gets set binding value. Don't we have something set for these? All right, set binding value. Property to bind. There we go. So now we're just going to put some debug code in here. Property changed. Actually, we can just put a breakpoint in here now. Debug code, we're going to remove this because we don't need it. Not long term. Wow, we're up to 26. What just happened? People are coming from everywhere. I didn't get rated and missed the notification, did I? All right, so this makes sense. We'll remove this breakpoint for now. We're going to add it here. Tap into one. Text didn't change. Add that in there. We're going to press back Why didn't that fire? Let's go into bindings. Wait, well that worked when I scrolled. Oh no, stop, 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 stop. Breakpoint. Let's look at bindings, and the binding value changes. Set value, I want binding T. For this one, I just want it as a value, right? It's not making sense. I'm trying to remember which one it uses. We'll put a breakpoint here because I can't remember which one it uses. Bindings, bindings, because we have a bunch of implicit casts. Bind to property. That's the one it's going to use. All right, perfect. So now let's click into this. It uses this one. And it says, these are the properties that changed. New binding. Not do the bind to property? Thought I did that under the hood. It does. Okay. So set binding is going to do that to us. Hello. Yes, this is Xamarin, but it's using a new library called Comet that I've been working on. And we're building a sample and building Comet as we speak. So it's a tricky one. All right. So bound properties. We have bound properties. I like it. Now what it does, let's just step through this. It's going to go through. It's not global. And then it's going to be like, all right, we're good. We got this value. Now it does this set, which should happen now when I edit this. All right. So this says state. Hey, state, set your children. And when we jump into this, it will go through and deep set all that thing, which will then send a notification of everything changing. I wonder if that is not... I wonder if everything that's subscribed is not getting the notification. Because the cell also... Let's remove some of these because we don't need a million of them now to test this. Let's test this again. I think Visual Studio was rehosting me, and that's where everyone came from. And then Visual Studio started not hosting me because they have their own content. And yes, I think that's what happened. So we had a bunch of people show up. Visual Studio just launched, and then they all went back to Visual Studio. Yes, .NET community stand up. I think that's what happened. For somehow we got all the community stand up for a few minutes there. All right. Reset properties, flying around. Yay, run around. All right. And these bindings, actually, the best way to test this, press play, press play. Remove all this. Go away. Don't need you. All right. Let's jump into iOS handler, text handler. And map value changed. When we click into this, we'll get this thing flying around because we have a label here. Press play. And this is the virtual view Comet text, and its value is high, like I'd expect. Now if I edit this, that thing should fly somewhere. And it didn't. Because we have our to-do item. To-do item is going to have its name set. All right, it's got its name set. That's what we'd expect to happen. Now, when this thing sets, it should have something listening to it. The binding object should be listened to by the list view cells. iOS controls. Well, the state's what's listening to it. This thing's state should be listening to it, and then it should call the update. All right, this is going to take some deeper digging, but I've got to end, as I was mentioning. My time's over. But let's find someone to raid, because it's always fun to pass you guys along. Anybody have any recommendations on someone you guys want to go raid? Let me see who's coding right now. I know the .NET Community stand-up's going on. Robert Tables has been going about some JavaScript heroin stuff, which is pretty cool. I know, it's sad. I've got other stuff to do, but I'll be back again tomorrow, and I'll keep coding. Lana's doing game dev as always. Anything sound interesting, guys? We can send you guys over to Robert. He's doing stuff with the heroines of JavaScript. That's awesome. All right. Thanks again, guys. I'll be back again tomorrow and keep working on this. And I'm going to get this framework working a lot better. Just little bugs like this we've got to keep fixing. And once I get through those, it's going to be awesome. So I'll see you guys later, hang out, and I'll send the raid over.